This offense has put a pretty good drive together, man. Like showing a little bit of balance, back-to-back plays, creating some chunks of yardage, and now really set up in a position to do well. First and goal, and the defense, their head's spinning a little bit because mixing the run and pass really well on this drive.
Now run with Joyner. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on first and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
On second and goal, he gets another chance. Trying to find the end zone, and he's not going to make it as this defense is making it tough.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And he's made one already, and this one ought to be cake from 21 yards out. Texas Tech will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And he's made one already, and this one ought to be cake from 21 yards out. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. And now the lead is even bigger.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Wildcats sending their offense onto the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Johnson looking to throw. Finds his big tight end. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking downfield on first down. He'll take a shot. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
And I feel like that was predetermined. They told him in the huddle, man, chuck that thing down the field. Like, haven't run the ball well, haven't thrown it well. They haven't really gotten started off on the right foot in this football game. Looks like they're still searching for answers, for something that they can get some momentum going.
Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. From 56 yards out, what a power leg. Never a doubt about that one. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
A lot of scoreboard watching today, fellas, but fear not, Week 13, we've got you covered here on the College Football Update Show. Let's start with the Temple Owls taking on the Memphis Tigers.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Before we kick off the second half, Holly Rowe, what do you have?
Catching up with the Kansas State head coach at the half. they are really thrilled with how their defense is playing so far. They knew coming in that they had a really tough opponent in the wide receiver on the other team, somebody who could change a game with one route. But their defense has been stout and solid. We'll see if they can continue to do that here as that wide receiver gets the ball here to start the second half. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Johnson wants to throw it. Makes the grab. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Quarterback got it himself. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. Kansas State has it with another 1st and 10. These corners going to give them some space. This is a designed run. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
Ball's at the 24, a lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the 1st down. Running inside, it's Jackson. He is stopped well short of the 1st down, but they are still in field goal range, assuming they send the kicker out there. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. Right down the boulevard. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. On the run, it's Dickey. Turning it on! Got enough for the 1st. The 50. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And he scores! Touchdown, Red Raiders!
Well, this offense looked unstoppable in the 1st half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the 2nd half. They take their 1st drive of the 3rd quarter, march it down the field to score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
27, Kansas City, 16.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you've just simply got to make them.
Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. How aggressive will they get on 1st and 10? Look out, he's got room. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. These corners going to give these receivers some space. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Johnson looking to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Got him downfield. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. Kansas State really has this drive rolling. Caught by Williams on the right. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Going to the run, it's Jackson. There's a crease. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6. 1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's in! Touchdown, Kansas State!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Got a little room. Just barely able to stop him. He almost housed that baby. The nice return there. That last line of coverage is the only thing that stopped him from scoring. Out of the gun, here's Quentin Joyner. Finds a crease at the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Red Raiders! Give him 3 touchdowns in this game and now up to 8 on the season. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy, he makes a big play. Yes, please.
Wildcats come out and set and ready to go. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. Pocket breaking down. And they got it.
That is a big man in the middle of this 3-4 defense. Over 300 pounds. Look at him just completely cave in the center, right back into the QB.
This quarterback part of their running game. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Johnson wants to throw it. Now he's going to send this one deep to the right. Makes a grab on the shot. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. And the Wildcats will have it 1st and 10. The give on the counter. Finding some room. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. Defense couldn't quite hold its water, and it'll be 5 free yards for the O. After the flag, it's 1st and 5 for the offense. Wide receiver comes in motion. He's looking to throw. He's got his man across the middle. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business.
Nice job by the quarterback and receiver there working on the crossing route. And a big thing for the quarterback there, you've got to be able to give your receiver time to work through all the traffic, get by the linebackers in the middle of the field, and work all the way over to the other side. The offensive line has to give the quarterback time, and the QB's got to be patient, but it all worked out perfectly, and they're able to get a big play.
Very close to putting a bow on this one. Gives us a minute to check out the top 25 here in the final week of the season and to wonder what type of impact this result will have on these rankings. They go back to work with the 1st down in the final period of this one. They'll move the wide receiver. They go to the counter. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. They tried to get the defense going the wrong way with the counter, but nothing doing.
Aggressive defense, attacking defense. You want to hit them with those counters, but it wasn't successful in this play. Defensive line, linebackers, everybody's dialed in. They see what's going on. They diagnose.
Time running out, and he goes down at at the 34.
I think the thing that's so impressive about this defense, it's not just the athleticism and the ability to get to the quarterback, it's the variety in the ways they can do it. Sometimes it's a 4-man rush, sometimes it's a 3-man rush, sometimes it's all-out blitz. But with the speed they have, especially in that front 7, it has been a nightmare for this offense. They've been giving up sack after sack after sack in this game.
So here comes the field goal unit again. This kicker has already made 3 in this one. And it's good! And they're back within a score here in the 4th.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Red Raiders offense comes out ready to attack. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the 4th quarter.
And he stopped right there. No gain on the play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
When the offense can run the football and you can feature a guy like this that will get more yards than his block, that you can really depend on, hangs on to the football, like it makes offense super easy, especially down the stretch when you want to eat that clock and you want to possess the football. Just nice to have that kind of guy.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. The sure hands, it's Hudson. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. The Red Raiders come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Joyner.
They've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
And the Red Raiders back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Off play action on first down. He lobs one high down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. On the ground, it's Fields. Bounced off his feet. Texas Tech will call a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Now facing a 3rd and long. This defense will try to keep everything in front. Under fire. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. They'll look to pin him deep. And that one will sail out of bounds. No chance for a return there. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Here's Quentin one more time. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. The Red Raiders getting set on 1st and 10. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Wildcats signal for a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Pulls it in. It's Hudson. Timeout taken here. Second one called by Kansas State. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it.
Yeah, the defense has to be careful with this slot receiver running these drag routes. You can't lose him. If he catches it on the other side and turns up the sideline, he can take it to the house.
The Red Raiders want to stop the clock, and they use their second timeout. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. The Power Cats have powered up the noise to try to help this defense on 3rd down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. That timeout taken by the Wildcats is their final one. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. And the Red Raiders pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Joyner again. There he goes. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. The Red Raiders kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Now on 2nd down, they want to keep moving forward and keep that clock churning. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Great heads-up awareness by the cornerback on that play. He saw the receiver get the ball. He shot downhill and made a nice tackle.
9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Here's a give to Joyner. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. And they're going to try to convert on 4th down. 1 for 2 so far today. So after stumbling around a bit earlier this season, they've put together 3 consecutive wins and seem to have righted the ship.
Dang right. How do you handle adversity? Every coach talks about that. They've dealt with it now. They got the loss. They had a little bit of struggle early in the season. What do? You respond by putting a winning streak together, gaining some momentum as the season closes.
And sometimes the good thing about losing games early is that you know you're not perfect. You have to come out. You've got to bring your A game to the park each and every